All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Common Sense channel. If you're first time here, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like on the video. And also, returning subscribers, please hit the like button on the videos. And if you have any comments, feel free to drop a comment down in the comments section. All right, this video is going to be here. I don't know if you can read the title here. It says that mother drops kids off at grandmother's house with her without her knowledge. So she wanted to go and live her life with her new man. Now, you can go back to the channel. I just did a video with grandparents that are obligated to take care of the children. And a lady was she did a tremendous breakdown on that and I really liked it, so I had to do a reaction video on that. Now, we're going to see a video here where a lady drops off her kids to grandma's house. As we was talking about the kids, like the lady said in the other video, that a lot of these millennial kids are entitled, and we're going to see an example of that here in this video, where this young lady here has kids here and she's dropping her kids off here at her mom's house because she don't want to deal with them anymore. And she's got her new man, and I guess her man, I'm assuming he's not the father of any of the kids, so he don't want to be bothered with the kids. But let me say something here before the video gets started here. Guys, if you meet a woman and she has kids, you should already know it's a package deal. That if you deal with that woman, you're gonna have to deal with the fact that she has kids. Not saying you're obligated to take care of them, unless you marry her. Then if you marry her, then you do have a financial responsibility. But if you're dating her, boyfriend, girlfriend, she has kids, you have to accept that. And if you can't accept that, then find you a woman that don't have any kids. And young lady said, if you be the man, no matter how good, handsome, fine he is, if he can't accept the fact that you have a child or have kids, then you need to leave that man alone and find your man that's willing to accept you and your children, your kid or kids. All right. With that being said, we're also gonna let the video play. And of course, I'm gonna chime in and I'll get my take. All right, let's begin.
Hey, babies. Wait, don't go in the house yet. Why not? Hey, listen. Go on just go sit on the porch. Hey, listen. What do you think you're doing? I'm dropping them off. You are good. Listen, I met a younger guy. He don't want no kids, and he don't want to listen. He don't want to deal with them.
Well, let me say this. Like I said here, just in the intro, that she got a new man. He doesn't want any kids, don't want to be bothered with kids. Well, if you meet a woman, she got kids, you have to deal with it. And also, if the fact that he can't deal with the fact that she have kids, then leave her alone and go find you a new man. And I can't believe that this woman here don't want to deal with, was willing to leave her kids and let her kids go because she wants to deal with a man. Now, I don't know if this video, let me give a disclaimer here. I don't know if this video is for real or whether it's a skit. I'm assuming it's a real videos, but I don't know. It may be a skit because I know some people, when I do videos like this, some people say, oh, it was a skit. Well, whether it's a skit or not, but things like this does happen in real life. This does happen in real life. We have seen instances where the parent is too busy working or running around chasing after a man or chasing after men and doing other things and leaving her kids and the responsibility of the kids with the grandparents, with the grandmother. So this does happen. So this is something that does happen in real life. Whether this video is for real or a skit or not, I don't know. But things like this does happen in real life. So this is something we all can learn from. So like I said, it's a right way and wrong way to go about doing things. And I don't care who you are. Don't care how good the man is, how handsome he looks, how fine he is, or whether how good in bed he is with you. You don't get rid of your kids just because to be with that man. You take care of your children, your responsibility. You laid down it and made them, so you got to help rear them up and take care of them. All right. Anyway, all right. Let's continue.
And so I'm dropping these kids off so me and him can live our life. We want to travel. We want to explore the world. I can't do that with kids. My God. I can't.
Let me say, she said she want to run a travel. Well, if you wanted to run a travel, you should have thought about that before you laid down and had the children. You should have, if you want to go out, party, travel, or whatever else you want to do, then you should have had kids. Should have been using protection. Should have you had the man use protection, and also you should have been using protection yourself. Should have been on birth control. They got different types of birth control pills, or other, even some type of birth control that a woman can insert inside of her to keep her from getting pregnant. They have different kinds. I don't know all the different kinds of none of that, but I just know they have different types and kinds of birth control that. Or if you don't want any kids or whatever, the main thing you can do, you can go get an operation done, and you can get yourself fixed. Yes, women can get herself fixed. You can get what they call a hysterectomy, or partial hysterectomy, or you can go get her tubes tied. Or as some women do when they have a child or have kids or don't want to have it anymore, they go get they get a procedure done. I don't know the actual name of the procedure, but they say it's a procedure that women can go in and get themselves, you get their tubes tied, get them clipped and burnt, so that way she can't get pregnant anymore. She can't have any kids because her fallopian tubes or whatever, have been severed, and she can't get pregnant. So a woman can do that. So if you don't want a child or want children or whatever, or if you have a child or have a few children you don't want anymore, those are options that women can do. All right. Anyway, let's continue. I cannot believe.
It's time for me to be happy, and I just want to be happy and stress-free without these children. That's all I want.
Well, let me say this. Being a parent and raising a child or raising children full time, yes, could be a stressful job. But like I said, you got to realize that, like I was saying before, and I said in the previous video, like I said, before you do anything, you first must count the cost. Before you lay down and you have a child or have children, you need to count the cost. And yes, life is stressful. Even with a child or with children, it's stressful. Even without a child or children, life is still stressful. So this young lady here is just gonna have to suck it up and learn how to deal with stress. Hey, even with the children, she's still gonna have stress, no matter what. So that's something that we all have to deal with for this life. We have to deal with stress. We just have to manage, have to pull through. Even if we have to go. I would say, go get prayer, pray, ask God to help you with it. Or if not, go to counseling, things like that. Different types of things to deal with stress. And stress of a child or stress of a children, running away from it, it's not going to change the fact that they're your children. All right. Let's continue. Then you should ask me, baby.
I shouldn't have asked.
And as you can see here, like I said, Mama said, like I'm saying, you're supposed to ask. She said she shouldn't have to ask. She feels she's one of these young, entitled millenniums, kids that they feel they obligated to, hey, that they don't have to take any responsibility, anything. They don't have any respect. She just feels that, hey, I can take these kids to my mother's house, drop them off there, let my mother raise them. I don't have to deal with them anymore. Don't want to deal with them. And the mother, the girl's mother here is allowing it to happen. All right, anyway, let's continue.
It's respect, Angel. It's respect.
Well, I hope that you respect my decision on moving on with my life with my new man and no kids.
And when she said it's respect, yeah, it is respect. But as you can see, she doesn't have any respect. If she had respect, she wouldn't be doing this. And if you know to drop the kids on the grandmother, and if the grandmother not going to raise them, just say, well, look, I'll just say, look, I don't want to raise the kids. I'd rather you take them and raise them. But if you can't raise them, then I'm going to just turn them over to Child Protective Service or Child Services and let them raise them. She could go that route with the children if the grandmother doesn't want to be bothered with them. In fact, if I was the grandmother and she didn't want to raise and be bothered with him, she could, turn him over to child services or take him to another family, see if another member of the family want to raise him. All right, anyway, let's continue.
I'm not raising your kids.
Well, I'm not either.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not doing it. I'm just letting you know right now I'm not doing it. These are your 3 kids.
I'm tired of being a single parent. I'm tired.
Well, let me say this too, and ladies, like I say, you as I say this to the ladies. Well, like I say, you said you're tired of being a single parent. Then hey, that's on you. Hey, you gotta be the one to choose better. You can't just lay down with any guy and not vet the guy and not see what the guy's all about. And you shouldn't, like I said, you need, if you're going to have a child with a guy or whatever, or with a guys, I don't know how many fathers are involved. I don't know if it's just one guy, 2 guys, or 3 guys. Or I know she has 3 kids, but I don't know whether they all have the same father or all have different fathers, and I don't know that. But the fact of the matter is that the kids, you should be able to co-parent with the child. And if you don't want to deal with the kids or whatever, let the father know that, hey, I'm willing to relinquish custody of the kids and give the custody of the kids to you to raise. So are you willing to raise them? And if he not willing to raise them, whatever, then just say, well, look, I'm just going to allow them to go into the system or something like that, maybe. And that's why I always stress to say that you should try to settle down, get married, and try to do it that way. It doesn't always work, but it should try to do it that way. But if you're not going to go that route and do it that way, then like I said, then just need to be careful who you lay out with. So by her being a single mother, trying to raise kids by herself, I know it's a tough job and everything, but you got to be careful who you lay with. And you lay the kids with them, you need to reach out to the father or fathers of the kids and let them know that, hey, that he don't want to be willing to step up and not just lay the burden on you. All right. Let's continue.
But you're the one that laid down and made the decision to have 3 kids. That is not my responsibility. And this is the last time you're going to do this. You're not doing it anymore. It's your responsibility, not mine.
Well, it was not my plan to be no single parent.
Well, it's not my plan to be a grandmother that's going to take care of somebody's 3 kids because they feel like they're not responsible anymore, that they don't want to be a mother anymore either.
Well, look, I just can't. I can't do this no more. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed. It's depressing. I can't do it.
But you're going to have to. Do you understand that you're going to have to do this?
Well, I don't want to.
Okay, but I can't.
Like I say, she said that she doesn't want to. Well, it's a lot of stuff in life we don't want to. A lot of people don't want to get up and have to go to work every day, but as adults, people realize, hey, they gotta get up and go to work to make money to pay bills. Or if they don't get up and go to work to make money to pay bills, then they won't have nowhere to live. They won't be able to buy food. Won't be able to have, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, things of that nature, roof over their head, and transportation, things of that nature. So it's a lot of stuff in life that that a lot of us don't want to do, but in reality, this is something that we all have to do as adults. That's what being a grown up and being an adult is all about. Being taking responsibility of doing things or stuff that we don't want to do. So I don't know what the situation is. Obviously, her mother obviously must have really not disciplined her or really raised her and disciplined her like she's supposed to do, because if she did, she wouldn't be acting like this or doing this. So I think her mother also plays a part in this as well too. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
Do you understand that I'm not going to take care of your children? I'm not getting ready to raise 3 kids. Do you know how old I...
You've never
Oh my
taught me
God.
how to be a mom. You didn't tell me what to do. You didn't help me. So now it's your turn. You take your grandkids so I can live my life stress free.
Now, I don't know if I heard that, but she said that you didn't really help me and things like that. So now it's your turn to raise, for her to raise her kids. Now I don't know what the situation was. Maybe her mother was working a lot, or maybe she was out partying, maybe she left her kids with other people to babysitter or something like that. I don't know that, but still though, even though it's the grandkids, like they say, grandparents. Like I got another video. You go check it out on my channel here. Grandparents are not obligated to raise the children. If they choose how to. The grandparents want to come see them, buy them stuff, spend time with them, take them out and do stuff with them. Yeah, they can if they want to. It's a choice. But they're not obligated to do that. No, they're not obligated to do that at all. The parents are obligated to take care of their children, but the grandparents, no, they're not. It's an option if the grandparents choose to do that. All right, let's continue.
Okay, but the reason that I could not teach you how to be a mother, Angel, is because I was working a full-time job.
That's not my problem.
I cannot.
Let me say this, and that's what happens too. A lot of times when a mother has a child or has children, and a lot of times she is there, single parent, in the child's home by herself. Then, like they say, she has like you say, has to work a full time job. So by her working a full time job, she can't be there with her children most of the time, because most of her time is obligated to working. So a lot of times, the mother, she has a child, has the children. She has to work. The children go to school. A lot of time they come home, somebody, either the big brother or sister, is watching them, help raising them, or either they or either have a babysitter or something like that, or even daycare if they can afford it. They're usually the ones watching the child or children, while the parent works, and then when the parent works, come home, they have to feed the child, things of that nature. So that's hey, that's what tends to happen, a lot, that the mother, like she said, she has to work and stuff, so she's probably not there to really spend a lot of quality time with the child, with the children, to really show them, teach them the things that they need. All right. Anyway, let us continue.
Not. I'm not. Just hear me out when I say I'm not gonna take care of your 3 kids that you had, because you're disrespectful. You just come over here and just drop them off.
All right. Did you hear what the mother said? And she's absolutely right. That is disrespectful for you. For you as a mother, as a parent, mother, don't want to deal with your kids and just want to drop them off and say, here, you're going to take care of them or whatever. And that is totally disrespectful. Now, I can see if it was a case where she came over, talked to her, explained to her, say, hey, look, I can't really raise the kids. I want to know, would you be willing to take care of the kids? And something like that. Maybe grandmother might say, No, she might say no, probably not, or she might say yes, maybe, but then she might say no, probably not. But then if she does, and then she does say no, then she will like, well, I need to, maybe, well, I'm gonna either give them to their father, or either I'm gonna, send them off to child services, or social services, or child protective services. One of, they, we're on the same thing. So, that's could be like, could be a situation that may have to do that. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
I have to ask you to watch your grandchildren.
No, you're not talking about watching. You just told me I was gonna have to raise them.
All right, like she was saying, yeah, the grandmother, like I said, the grandparents, yeah, they're not obligated to raise the kids. They're not even obligated to babysit the kids. Now, the grandparent want to watch the child or watch the kids. Okay, that's fine. It's a choice if they want to, but they don't have to. They're not obligated to. There's no law obligated to say the grandparents have to watch them and take care of them. The only time the grandparents is obligated to take care of those kids, unless the grandmother or grandparents have, custody of the child. They have custody or guardianship of the child awarded by the, state, by the government, by the state, or by the courts. Then they're obligated. But other than that, if that's not the case, then the grandparents are not obligated to take care of the child or the children, grandchildren. No, they're not. All right, let's continue.
I have to ask you to raise your grandchildren.
Oh my God!
They're your grandchildren.
Oh my
responsibility.
I can't even believe I'm hearing this from you right now. I cannot believe that you actually think that I'm supposed to say it's okay that I'm just gonna give up my life, my freedom, to raise 3 kids that are not even mine. I raised you all, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Hey, and I agree with her. She's right. If she raised her kids and her kids grown and they have kids, then it's her kids' responsibility to take care of them. And that's what that's what the parents' job is to do, to raise a child or raise the children up. Then when the children get grown, unless the child is, handicapped or mentally challenged or something, then then I can understand a parent keeping a child and raise a child because the child, is mentally challenged or mentally retarded or, some type of handicap where the child is grown but can't physically or mentally take care of themselves. And that's a different story right there. But if the child is grown, physically able to take care of themselves, and if they go out and have a child or have children, then it's their responsibility. And then the grandparents, like I say, when they grown, they raise their kids, they're not obligated to take care of the grandkids. They want to see the grandkids, fine. Spend time with them, fine. But they're not obligated to do that. They, like you say, they have a life of their own. They want to go out, do what they want to do. They did their job as a parent. Be it right or wrong, be it if they did it the right way or the wrong way, or whichever way they did it. But the fact is, they raised them. Might not have did it right or completely right the whole time, but hey, at least they did. They got them to the point where they're grown and they're able to go out and take care of themselves and fend for themselves. Anyway, let's continue.
I'm not doing it, so you can forget that. I'm not doing it.
You did not raise us.
What you?
And I'm not raising mine. So it's your responsibility now. So if you don't mind, I can just drive off. You raise your grandchildren. You can do it better than I can.
Let me say this: if I was a grandmother, I would say, look, if you leave these kids here, I'm not going to raise them. And if you leave them here with me, trust me, I will be calling social services and have social services let them know that you abandoned these kids and they're coming to get these kids. So if you don't want to raise a fine, I'll send them off to social services. Like the other lady said in other videos, she said if you leave the kids with me, she said they will be in the system, which means that she will call social services, child protective service to them, and have them come get the kids and raise those kids. And I don't blame the grandmother. If she don't want to be bothered with, then send him on to the system. Either send him to the father if if he's around, and if he's around, then send him off to the father. Let the father and his family raise him, his side of the family raise him. Or if not, then see if any other family member, maybe an aunt or uncle, maybe aunts or uncles might want to raise him, or will they take care of him and raise him. Or if not, then, like you say, send him off into the system. So that's the way I would do it. I would say that's what me personally I would tell her if I was the grandmother. That's what I would tell my daughter. That if she's doing that, dropping them off for me, I'm gonna say, well, I'm not gonna raise them. You're gonna either they're gonna go live with another family member, they're gonna raise them, or if there's nobody in the family who wants them, then they going in the system. That's the way I would handle the situation. All right, anyway, let's continue.
I can't do it.
I want you to hear me when I say this.
I hear you, but
I am not raising your 3 kids. I am not keeping them today. I'm not keeping them tomorrow. Matter of fact, this is all your responsibility from this point on. You should have thought about that after you had the first one. And then
Let me say this. And she's right. See, that now you have one child and it's stressful enough raising one child, okay. And like the mother said, she's right. She said she should have thought about it after she had the first child. And she's absolutely right. Once you have one child and you see one child is a handful, is too much to handle, you don't turn around and lay down and have another one. That's why I give, some people credit that when they have, one child, they know that one child is more than enough. They'll, a lot of times that's what that's what a lot of people are doing today. A lot of people have done. They'll have one child. After they have that child, like I said, a woman, she like, I ain't trying to go through that again. I ain't trying to raise no more kids. I got this one child. That's it. They'll go get themselves fixed. Like I said, one of the procedures, hysterectomy, or the tie clipped and burnt fallopian tube procedure, and get themselves fixed where they can't have any more children. And then that way they only have that one child to deal with. Or like I said, if you don't want to do that, then like you say, you got to use birth control. And like I say, using birth control, that's not 100% either. But hey, that's what happens when you lay down. Lay down, it's a chance that can happen. So something to think about and look at. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
the second one, and then now you got 3. Hey, girl, bye. Yeah, well, and I raised all 3 of y'all.
you did not.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
You had everything that you wanted. I was right there to teach and instill you. I don't even know where this attitude is coming from. I didn't raise you like this, Angel.
Okay, well, listen.
And that's true. A lot of times you can raise a child right, but then a lot of times kids get out here, with social media and TV and movies and everything, they just, they all that goes out the window. And I see like that's the case that happens here with this, with this young lady here. Mother raised her right, or raised her the best she could. Now she went out and had children, and now she can't handle the fact that she has children. It's stressful on her. So now she wants to dump the kids off and go out here and live her life or whatever, and don't want to be responsible. Now I have a question. My question is this: okay, you leave the kids with the grandparents, and then you go off with this guy here, and he doesn't want to deal with you and the kids. What you think's going to happen if you did with the guy here, and then you end up pregnant with this guy here, and you have a child with this guy? Do you think he's going to stick around for his child? Probably not. Not saying he wouldn't. He may, but it's a likely chance he won't. then you're going to have 4 kids. So you have the 3 kids that's with your mother or wherever, or the sister, wherever they may be. And then you're going to have this one with this guy. Because you see the guy doesn't want any kids. But then I don't understand, you guys, if you don't want to deal with a woman that has kids, and you meet a woman and she has a child or has kids, why would deal with her? Guys, if you know that your woman has a child or has children, and you don't want to deal with a woman with kids, don't deal with a woman. You have a lot of women out here that don't have a child, don't have children. Go find one of them to deal with. Makes no sense. All right, anyway, let's continue.
Being a single parent will make you angry, mad, upset, and stressed, and everything above, and I am tired.
Well, that is true. Yeah, being a single parent, will probably make you stressed, angry, and everything else. But besides that, outside of being a parent, life will make you stressed. Your job can make you stressed, make you angry and stressed. You know, everyday life is always going to be something in life that's going to make you stressed. And dumping the kids off is not going to make anything better. You're still going to have stress. Even if you don't have the kids, you're still going to have to deal with stress, the stress of life, or stresses in life. Period. Oh boy, these kids today. Anyway, let's continue.
But you cannot come over here and drop those children off and think that I'm supposed to say, yes, I'm going to do it, because I'm not. Now, look, hey. Yeah, don't
There's no
go.
point in you telling them to get back in the car because they're not coming.
I'm not.
They're not coming.
Come on here. Y'all, come on and get in this car.
They're not coming.
I'm not.
What?
Hey,
Where's the point of them getting back in the car?
I'm not.
I'm not either, so.
Yeah, get in the car here. Come on here. Get in the car. Grandma loves you. All right, and I'll see you later. Angel, yeah. We're done talking. We're done. You can go now. Go on and pull off. I don't know what you're sitting here for. Don't get out. What?
And it's sad. And like I say, the ones I really feel sorry for, I really feel sorry for the children, because it's just sad that the children have to go through this. Grandmother telling them to get in the car to go with their mother, and then their mother telling them to get out the car. Now, this is sad. And now this is one of the reasons why that when kids, when a child parent or parents do this, and this is one of the reasons why when kids grow up, they are very angry and resentful towards some of their parents because of stuff like this. Now she's doing this now, and when these kids get grown, and they decide to have their family, have children of their own, and she wants to come around and be grandmother, play grandma role, then they're more likely not even want to be bothered with her because of what she's doing now. But like I said, she's not saying that right now. And then she's going to be wondering why her kids don't want to be bothered with her. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of parents or a lot of kids don't want to be bothered with their parents when they're grown because of stuff like this that happened with them in their childhood. Because this stuff like this leaves mental scars on children. Children remember stuff like this. And then a lot of times they carry this resentment on later on in life when they become grown. All right, anyway, let's continue. Let's wrap this up here.
What in the world?
Get out.
Hey, Angel, what? No, this chick did. Oh, my God. She actually left.
And let me say this. Hold on, finish this up here.
I am really. This chick.
All right, let me say this real quick before I end the video here. Yeah, that was really totally disrespectful and everything. And like I said, I don't know whether it's a skit or not. Might have been, but even if it wasn't, I noticed that even if she did drop the kids off to go stay with the grandparents, where is the kids' clothes? I didn't see no luggage. The kids ain't bring no clothes, no luggage, no backpack, no bag of clothes, no nothing, no food or nothing. So this might have been a skit. But anyway, stuff like this does happen in real life. And like I say, that is totally disrespectful that she would do that. And I also blame the grandmother because she allowed this to happen. And I say this, if she doesn't want, if this is so, and she doesn't want this, she don't want to really raise the kids or can't raise the kids, then she needs to either make arrangement with other family members to see if they're willing to take the kids on, or if they're not willing to take the kids, then put the kids in service. And then I will call her and let her know, okay, but since you don't want to be bothered with your kids, then I'm going to send the kids over there to their aunts or uncles and them. They said they'll raise them. Or if they don't raise them, then I'm going to call social services or child services and let them know that you abandoned them, and then and put them in the system. All right, but anyway, that's it. That's it for that. So I'd like to hear all you got. I'd like to hear all you ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to hear all your comments. See what you think about it. Who's right? Who's wrong? You know, get your opinion on this, and please share the video with others. So hear what they have to say and get their take on it. All right, but for now, y'all take care. God bless you all. Peace.